The way that I was doing it initially was I would get, 3 or 4 people. I would always make groups of, 6 to 8 people and trying to stick with the small group learning concept because I know that, squad tactics and things like that, when people spend time together in that, those numbers just tend to work, right? So initially I would get maybe 2 or 3 people that were going to pay to come. And then I would tell a couple of veterans that they could come for free. So it was the veterans have always been free when they came down here. I made that commitment, and then it was just now a matter of figuring out how to sustain that, right? But I would sell a couple of slots and then bring the veterans for free. And I did it like that for almost about 6 or 8 months because I really wanted to see what I had, and how that was going to work. What it's evolved to now is we're going to be putting together 30-day residential programs up in Santa Ana. Yeah, I've been picking up different modalities and understanding how different things can fit into that mix and really come up with a complete healing for the person. So the 30-day residential program will be dealing with people on all the issues. When they come in, they will be, lab tests, blood and everything, and looking at all the different things that are potentially building up in this person, borderline diabetes, all these different things. We'll have a baseline for the person, and they'll stay for 30 days. And during that time frame, it'll be medically supervised and also supervised by different medicine people. So we'll have access to all the different modalities while the person is here. We can put together an individualized type of healing plan for that person. Not everybody needs to do Bufo as their entry point. Some folks need some breath work, maybe some meditation, different things to center themselves before they go to that place. But some folks will have showed up already have done, some of that other work and are ready for that, right? So it's just a very complete and thorough healing for that person. And that's what we're trying to do here. We provide transportation from Tucson, for people to come down to here to Mexico. I try my best to alleviate, any type of hesitancy and fear of coming down here. That's a whole other topic. We could talk about that for hours as to why people are convinced that if you cross the border, somebody's going to kill you. I don't know where that even came from. I mean, you've got a better chance of getting your ass killed right there in the United States than you do down here. That's the truth of the matter. Now, to alleviate that, we bring folks down, and the very first stop is in Santa Ana. It's only 2 hours from Tucson, so we break it up. There's a 2-hour ride down there, and we stay in Santa Ana the first couple of days, and then we move on down here to Punta Chueca. There's an intake process that's very thorough. We have to think about people's medical contraindicators and all that stuff, right? Because a DMT-filled experience is not appropriate for everybody. If you're, for example, if you're still taking those, if you're actively taking those SSRIs and things like that, you cannot, Bufo is not a good thing for you. It could cause a serotonin crisis, and that'd be all bad, right? So we have to screen people very, very thoroughly before they come down. What are your medications you're on? Do you have any heart issues, diabetes, any of those type of things, right? So it's very, very thorough on the intake, and I want to know where everybody is at. I want to know where they're at in their personal healing journey. Is it something they just started yesterday, or is it something they've been into for a while? These things all matter. And to that point, the intake is followed by integration. So when you come here and you experience this, you experience the unconditional love, you experience the release, that's a frequency, right? So when you leave here and you go home, it's very, very easy to fall right back into the same shit that you were doing before you got here, because at the end of the day, it's very hard to fly with the eagles if you're hanging around a bunch of turkeys, right? Take that to mean what you will. But what I'm telling you is that when you have these revelatory experiences, these life-changing moments, and you go back home and nobody around you can relate to exactly what you just been through, you find it difficult. So the integration piece and community piece of it is so important. And that's what we provide here. It has to be done that way.